So according to the calendar, we are officially over a month away from summer because the first official day of summer is June 20th. Apparently, Louisiana did not get that memo. Today was 95 degrees, so if that's any indicator of how hot it gets here, summer tends to start a little bit earlier, guys. So I'll bring to you today my top 10 designer fragrances for summer 2018. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? It's Joshua as always, and this is your channel, Scentsense. To all my loyal subscribers and new subscribers, guys, thank you so much. And to all you new people who are checking out the channel and wondering if you want to stick around and maybe pull up a chair, guys, I've got a mojito poured just for you guys. It's summertime. Let's chill, bro. More often than not, when it comes to summer top 10 fragrance lists, a lot of the times it's more of the same. You're gonna see fragrances that will bleed over from spring and that will then bleed over into fall. You'll see fragrances that have been on lists from 2017 and 2016 and have been on everybody else's list. Some of these fragrances that I'm about to list will be just that. But on this list, I'm gonna use fragrances that I want to use that I haven't used a lot and I may have not used at all. So if you're looking for Dior Sauvage, Acqua di Gio Profumo, Versace Dylan Blue, you've come to the wrong place. But if you're looking for some fragrances that maybe you forgot about, or maybe some fragrances that you don't even know about, guys, this is the ticket. Coming in at number 10, guys, is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette. You may or may not have seen it, but I did do a first impressions on Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I gave my 2 cents on that, and if you want to know more about that, guys, I'll definitely link the video for you, and I'll definitely leave it in the description below. But guys, I will reach for this one much more. It's about half full. I don't know if you can see that. It's a smaller bottle, but I lost the cap, and I've just been wearing it for a long time. It's an older bottle, but it definitely rings true when it comes to summertime. This is one that I'll reach for before the Parfum. Main reason is because the EDT has more of a youthful and more vibrant feel. The Eau de Parfum feels like it's more for a gentleman, somebody who's more reserved and more sophisticated, somebody who's important. I don't feel like I fit that bill most of the time. I definitely feel like this is more me, and I definitely think if you're going to choose one of the three, I'd probably go with the Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette. I would not reach for the Parfum. You can learn more about that, like I said, in the video that I released about it, guys. But coming in at number 10 is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette. Hitting the list at the number 9 spot is a fragrance that just hit the shelves at the Banana Republic near you. The fragrance we're gonna talk about, guys, is NEROLI Woods. This bottle is brand new. I haven't worn it much. I do have a decant that I received from Max Aroma. I will be reviewing a fragrance for them. It's gonna be coming up later on. Make sure to keep an eye out for that. But this fragrance right here I bought with my own hard-earned cash, and there's a reason for it. This is everything that Ferrari Bright Neroli is, but in my opinion, it's even better. At $48 for a 75 milliliter bottle that you can buy any day of the week, I feel that this fragrance is better because it gives woods to balance out that Neroli fragrance. The Neroli in Bright Neroli is just in your face, very, very bright, very loud. And this is gonna round out that Neroli note much better, and it's gonna make it a lot easier to wear. It's a dumb reach, it's easy to wear, it's something that I'm gonna wear on Sunday drives, on a day to the office. Coming in at number 9, guys, Banana Republic's NEROLI Woods. Coming in at number 8, guys, is an old school classic, a staple in most people's collection. It's one that gets pushed to the back of the shelf because it's one that we've worn a lot in the past and it doesn't get a lot of notice and it doesn't get a lot of hype. But I love this fragrance because it's a strong, in-your-face, freshy, and there's not a whole lot of those left. The fragrance we're talking about, guys, is POLO BLEU. POLO BLEU comes off as a very clean, fresh, inviting fragrance. It shows that you're strong, it definitely screams masculinity, and it's one of those ones that I like to reach for whenever I feel like I want a little extra oomph. It's not my favorite, and I definitely would reach for Versace Dylan Blue, ADG Profumo, and fragrances alike more often than this one, but for this summer, guys, this is the one that I'm gonna reach for. Coming in at number 8, guys, POLO BLEU. Coming in at number 7, guys, is a fragrance that's often overlooked when it comes to the blue freshies. It's a fragrance that I feel, in my personal opinion, does everything that Bleu de Chanel Parfum sets out to do, but at a much, much, much cheaper price tag. The fragrance we're talking about, guys, is Burberry's Mr. Burberry. Mr. Burberry is going to give you everything you're going to get from Dior Sauvage, Versace Dylan Blue, and Acqua di Gio Profumo, but it's going to add that dapper appeal. This is something that I'm gonna wear when I go to the office for an important meeting, maybe something that I'll wear to a wedding, maybe something I'll wear to church. This is something that's gonna be fresh and revitalizing and perfect for summer, but with that dressed up approach. So coming in at lucky number 7, guys, is Burberry's Mr. Burberry. Coming in at the number 6 spot, guys, is a fragrance that is definitely getting a little bit of hype right now, but also a lot of hate. It's a fragrance that I feel I will be wearing whenever I want that intimate date night fragrance that I'm gonna reach for in the summer, but won't be too cloying and will definitely work year round. The fragrance I'm talking about is a hot brand new release that I've actually done a video about. You should definitely go check it out. The fragrance we're talking about, guys, is 1 Million's Lucky. 1 Million's Lucky picks up where Privé left off and heads towards the 1 Million Cologne. It's somewhere in the middle. It's a perfect blend of exactly what those two fragrances do, and I find that it's a perfect quintessential date night summer fragrance. It's a gourmand, but it's still fresh. It's gonna smell great. You're still gonna get the same freshness and bubbly gummy kind of fragrance you get from 1 Million, but much more toned down, much more leaning towards a Privé way, but still having a fresh and inviting scent. Coming in at number 6, guys, is 1 Million's Lucky. We're now coming to the bread and butter, guys. So coming in at number 5, guys, is a fragrance that's often overlooked. It's not talked about a lot, and I've only seen a few positive reviews about it. Guys, the fragrance we're talking about is L'Homme by Lacoste. L'Homme by Lacoste feels like it's a brainchild of taking a bunch of amazing fragrances and what they do best and molding it into one. You're gonna get some of the sophistication, a slight bit that you get from Dolce & Gabbana 1. You're gonna get some of the freshness that you get from these citrusy summer classics that have a grapefruit appeal. You're gonna get that in this. And you're also gonna get that smooth almond woodiness that you get from L'Homme Ariel Cologne from Guerlain. I know I said that wrong. This fragrance does a lot of things right and very few things wrong. Yes, it's slightly synthetic. Yes, it's on the cheaper side, but that's one of the things that it does right. Guys, for less than $40, closer to $30, you can buy this fragrance, and it's gonna do everything you need in a summer fragrance and more. Coming in at number 5, guys, is Lacoste's L'Homme. At number 4, guys, is a fragrance that's coming from a house that has a ton of flankers, and you guessed it, I have to have one of them in it. It's a Mugler fragrance, and it comes in one of those rubber bottles. No, I'm not talking about Pure Zest, which you're gonna see ad nauseum in these lists. I'm talking about KRYPTOMINT. KRYPTOMINT is my favorite from the flankers already. I've had this for less than 2 weeks, but I've fallen in love with it deeply. I find that it takes everything that Amen does, but does it way better, and it adds mint to it, so it's very fresh and revitalizing. It's going to definitely give you that York peppermint patty feel, but more of a sweeter, solid, rounded smell, and less of that bitter chocolate that you get sometimes in a dark chocolate York peppermint patty. I find that this fragrance is gonna work in a lot of different scenarios, but I think I'm gonna reach for it in the same ways that I'm gonna reach for 1 Million Lucky. I just wanna have another one to be able to reach for in that category. So coming in at number 4, guys, is Amen KRYPTOMINT. At number 3, guys, is a fragrance that will be reached for by a lot of people this summer. It is a summertime classic, and it is from the house of Versace. I'm not talking about BLEU. I'm not talking about Pour Homme. Both of those made my spring list, and I'm not gonna reach for those as much because I wanna do my best to use everything in my collection and make sure all those bottles get some love. The fragrance we're talking about, I'm pretty sure you figured it out at this point, is Versace's Manteau Fraîche. Versace's Manteau Fraîche is a perfect quintessential summertime fragrance. You're gonna get the main player of Star Anise, and you're also gonna get a lot more citruses. This is definitely a dumb reach when it comes to summer. It is going to be fresh and inviting, and I'm pretty sure you won't meet anybody who's gonna tell you that this smells horrible. This fragrance is gonna definitely do some wonders for you guys. It's an easy wear for summer. Coming in at number 3 is Versace's Manteau Fraîche. Hitting the scene at numero 2, guys, is a fragrance from a house that usually makes great scents that tend to never last. And that's the one complaint I've always had about this house. They're such unique and inviting and different fragrances, but now they've made one that's all of those things, but it lasts. The fragrance we're talking about, guys, is John Varvatos Artisan Pure. That's right, the white wicker fragrance that's going to rule the world, guys. Everyone's reaching for this. Everyone's talking about this. This is one of the very few fragrances that I bought at retail because I don't buy at retail often, but it was worth every penny. You're going to get a fresh, soft, cleaning kind of vibe. It's gonna make you feel like you're being clean from the inside out. I know that sounds weird, but that's what this does for me. I feel like it's fragrance food for the soul. This is what I'm gonna wear to work. This is a light fragrance. This is a fragrance that will be alluring and it will get great compliments from the sillage, but this is not gonna punch anybody in the face. If you're looking for something that's gonna be super easy to wear, if you're looking for something that is definitely unique, but is also very clean and slightly sophisticated, guys, at number 2, John Varvatos, Artisan Pure. The number 1 fragrance, guys, comes from the house of Dior. I know a lot of people are gonna think it's Dior Homme Cologne, and some people are gonna think it's Dior Homme Eau. But the fragrance we're talking about is Dior Homme Sport, guys, and it's the 2017 edition. The one thing I didn't like about the original formulations of this fragrance was that I felt like iris didn't belong in a sport fragrance. When I hear the word sport, I want something that's very fresh and very summery and very soapy and clean. I want something that's gonna make me feel sporty. More often than not, sport fragrances can be quite boring, but this is one of the very few sport fragrances that I find is done fantastically. The blood orange that comes out very vibrantly in this fragrance does it very well, guys. It's something that you're not gonna smell in a lot of fragrances. You're gonna wear this fragrance, guys, for a more relaxed occasion, but at the same time, let's say it's the only thing you got on you and you've got a date that night, don't feel bad with spraying this guy on. This fragrance, in my opinion, is one of the most versatile fragrances, period, and it's definitely one of the most versatile sport fragrances, period, and it's definitely one of the most versatile summer fragrances ever. Moving its way to number 1 in my list for summer, guys, is Dior Homme Sport 2017 edition. Alright guys, that about does it for me. These are 10 fragrances that are not my favorite fragrances of all time. These are not 10 fragrances that I expect all of you to like. These are 10 fragrances that I'll be reaching for this summer. They're fragrances I think you should check out if you haven't already. And if they're fragrances that you own, why don't you give them a shot, guys? Let's go ahead and get the comment section running below, guys. Let me know what you're gonna be reaching for this summer. Let me know what's on this list that you like, and let me know what you think I left off. Go ahead and like the video, guys, if you like the video. If you don't like the video, guys, I understand. Go ahead and subscribe, guys. That way you can join the Scentsense family, and every time a new video comes out, it'll drop directly in your feed. And if you want to take it a step further, guys, go ahead and ring that notification bell. That way, you'll be the first to know. All right, guys, it's been fun. Here's to a great summer, guys. And as always, I'll smell you later. Peace!
Like the cool blue light. Like the